Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about 5 ways that you can make money this year, this week, right now. And these are all 5 things that I have had experience doing in the past, and I think 4 of them you could actually scale into a full-fledged, full-time job if you wanted to put in the time and the effort for this. So number 1 is selling unused items on eBay. Obviously, you have a limit to the number of things in your household that you're not using that you can sell on eBay. So this is not necessarily scalable. But the basic idea is that you go ahead, you find something that is valuable in your house that's going to give you a good return on your time that you go ahead and sell. My first experience ever doing this was in college when I played college baseball. Every season we would get new equipment, new cleats, new turf shoes, and I would take the unused equipment and I would sell it on eBay. So for example, my first year I still had some cleats that were in really good shape, so I just kept those and used those for that season and sold my brand new cleats on eBay for like $80, $85. It took me like 20 minutes between taking the pictures and then packaging it up and then shipping it out from the college. So that was a great way for me to make a little extra cash in college. Most recently, I've done this on Facebook Market with some unused items around the house, like an old Simply Safe alarm system that I used and sold for over $300. So there's tons of stuff laying around your house that you probably don't use anymore that you can go ahead and sell on eBay. Number 2 is also something that I've been doing recently to supplement my income while I'm getting my real estate business started, and that is flipping furniture. So one of my best flips was when I stopped by at a yard sale like a month ago, and I picked up this awesome mid-century glass display case for like $20. I went ahead and sold it that same day and had somebody pick it up from the house for $125, and I didn't do anything to it besides put some Windex on the glass. So that has been a great way to make some money. Most recently I've been doing this with couches. I'll find like an old couch on Facebook Market for about $50. I'll take it back to my house. Actually, I have a storage unit right now. And I'll take pictures of it with my nice camera. I'll clean it up a little bit, and I'll offer free delivery in my truck. And from there, I might sell it for $150 to $200 for an hour or 2 of work. At that point, I'm working for probably around $100 an hour, which is pretty incredible. So just recently, in the past few weeks, I've made over $1,000 just flipping furniture and selling some stuff on Facebook Market, and it's been pretty lucrative. You could definitely scale that if that's your jam. There's tons of free items on Facebook Market as well, so I've gone and picked up stuff for free, and I've turned a profit on that as well. Just be careful that you don't devote too much time to stuff that's not really going to give you a huge return. I wouldn't buy a couch for $50 and try to sell it for $80 because then at that point you're working for very little money. Number 3 is something that was actually my very first business idea when I was 16 and I had just gotten my license. We lived up in North Carolina on a mountain, and we didn't have a trash service up there. So what I would go ahead and do is I charge $15 a week per house, and I would go around and I would pick up people's trash and run it to the dump for them every Saturday morning. Now this is something that is definitely scalable if you live in an area that doesn't have trash or recycling services. I know there's parts of my city that do not have a recycling service, so a good idea would be maybe go to Home Depot and get some trash cans that you drop off at the houses for the recycling, and you pick it up maybe bi-weekly and charge, I don't know, $30 a month or something, and you scale your business from there. I would run Facebook ads, I would send out mailers and flyers, and I would even probably put your number on the side of the recycling bins if that's something you're going to do. Again, this might require like a van or a truck or something like that, so this is definitely not doable for everybody, but I it was my first business, so it's a great way that I probably made $75 a week when I was like 16 for a couple hours of work, and that was pretty cool. So go ahead and give that a try. Maybe you can scale it and turn it into a full-scale business. I know there's guys on YouTube that are doing that with trash hauling and dumping and recycling. Number 4 is also a very lucrative profession, and my wife has had better success than me at this, although I dabble in it to kind of stay afloat and make a little extra money on the side, and that's photo and video work. I've shot some weddings with video stuff. I started off by doing a couple weddings for free and then charging a base price of about $1,000 per wedding until I got to be in a little more demand. So I've made pretty good money. I also have pretty nice equipment now at this point, and I've made all my money back. So everything I make from this point on is pure profit when I use my camera. So what I mostly do with photo stuff is shoot real estate photography. I shoot them for my own listings. I shoot them for our company's listings. And I get paid by other realtors to go ahead and take really great photos. So I charge $150 for the photos, and it takes me about 2 hours of work. So at that point, I'm working for about $75 an hour. I think everybody wins because I give a great product as well. I can also do video walkthroughs on my listings and offer that as a value-add service for $300 for anybody who wants to use that on one of their listings. So that is another great scalable thing. I know tons of people have photography businesses, but you can too because you have your own circle of influence, and I think you could even grow that to a $100,000 a year business probably within a few years if you really put the time and the effort in. You might do the starving artist thing for a little while at the beginning, but if you just take your camera everywhere you go and you shoot all the time, I think you could make a pretty good living doing photo or video stuff freelance. And number 5 is not necessarily a straight cash profit business, but it is something that I did for a few years before I was married in this very house. So I bought this house and I house hacked. I have 3 bedrooms, so I rented out 2 of the rooms to some of my buddies, and this actual room was more of a revolving door of different people living in the house. But basically I charged them enough to cover my mortgage, so I was essentially living rent free for a few years. This allowed me to save a huge portion of my salary and to work towards things in my business that I wanted to do long term by paying off debt and saving money and investing that money into different things like maybe camera equipment. So I highly suggest house hacking. I think it's doable for a lot of people. If you're married or you just don't want to do the roommate thing, you could maybe look into duplexes and you just rent out one side and live in the other side, and the other side that you're renting out actually pays for your mortgage. So I'm a firm believer in holding on to as much of your salary and as much of the money that you make as possible, because I think that gives you an opportunity to reinvest and to build wealth in that way. So house hacking is a great idea to do that. Another great idea would be to Airbnb one of your rooms if you don't want a full-time roommate. So go ahead, give that a try, and try to hold on to as much of your salary as possible by house hacking. Anyway, these are my 5 ways that I've made money over the years, ranging from ages 16 to now 28 years old. They're great side hustles for anybody looking to pick up some extra cash on the side. They require very little investment overhead besides the photography thing and maybe like the trash thing if you don't have a truck. But I think they're doable for just about anybody, and I think 4 out of the 5 are very scalable into making an income of $40, $50, $60, even $100,000, depending on how much work and how much time that you want to put into these different things. So go ahead, give these things a try. Maybe they inspired you to try one of these specific 5 things. Or maybe they gave you your own idea. So go ahead and let me know in the comments below if you tried any of these things or you maybe started your own side hustle. My other tip for you would be to go watch some Gary Vee videos or some other finance guys on YouTube. They have great ideas, and it basically just takes some determination and a little bit of time, and you can turn just about any side hustle into a full-time gig. So go out there, get after it, and go make some money. I believe in you guys, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.